Hey guys, it is NCS Fan 001 here, welcoming you to my, I guess, second ever Platinum Trophy list analysis for PS3. Today's game is Cabela's Big Game Hunter Pro Hunts. Now, looking at general trends of Cabela's games tend to be among the easiest set to Platinum. So I am really hoping that this one follows the same trend because the game does not release for actually another month. So without further ado, let's begin looking at the list. Now, this is the achievement list, but the trophy list is obviously going to be the same things you have to do, just in trophies. And the trophy list is 1 platinum, 1 gold, and 30 silvers, which is freaking insane. So, let's start looking at it. One with the stars finished the Pro Hunt Slam. If I had to make the assumption, that is probably going to be the story mode style trophy of the game. Then we have, and that's the only gold as well. So now we have King of the Southeast, Northeast, Southwest, and Northwest, all regular hunts in each of those 4 regions completed. So that's also probably going to be story based as well. So hopefully all 5 of those just come from beating the game. Boar Expert, all wild boars hunts in the Southeast region completed. And then the next one is Caribou Expert, all caribou hunts in the Northeast region, and then Pronghorn hunts in the Southwest, and Grizzly Expert and Grizzly hunts in the Northwest. So looking at that, looking at that, I'm assuming that each of those must be the optional hunts because the other trophy basically said main hunts. So those must be like bonus or optional hunts or something. But none of that sounds too bad. I mean, grizzlies probably attack you or something, but that doesn't sound like it's all that bad really. Big pile of small, 200 small game in campaign mode hunted, so small game animals. I'm assuming that does not include like the pronghorns and the grizzlies and stuff. I assume that means like squirrels and smaller animals and stuff, which means there's probably going to be a lot of stuff to hunt, and I am hoping for like an open world game. Collector, completed my collection in Trophy Viewer with all animal types, so that probably means like hunt one of every animal type, would be my assumption. Gunpowder, all ammunition types bought. Now that's actually kind of interesting because in most of the other games there isn't really anything about like getting to buy specialized ammunition or anything, just buying different guns. So that's actually kind of cool. I hope that means like maybe armor piercing style ammo or hollow points or stuff like that. I don't know too much about hunting rounds though. Optician, all scopes bought. That seems pretty self-explanatory. That's like in a lot of the Cabela's games, a lot of different scope types. Arsenal, all firearms and bows bought. So that's cool that we're getting bows back again, which I kind of like that in Cabela's Outdoor Adventures, which is still probably my favorite Cabela's game that I've ever played, at least from this modern generation. Call of the Wilderness, successfully used any type of call 25 times. That sounds pretty self-explanatory because I remember calls from Outdoor Adventures, and you just had to like do certain motions on the controller and stuff, and you would call various animals. Tag and you're out. Use binoculars to tag 15 8-point plus big game trophies. Now that seems pretty simple, honestly, because you use like the rangefinder and stuff in the previous games. So that doesn't sound too bad. 8-point bucks, because I remember hunting like a lot of, 10 or 11 or whatever point bucks in other games. So that doesn't sound like it's going to be like super, super challenging. 10x2, so 10 times 2. Got 10 double lung shots. That means I'm assuming shooting through both lungs, which that's pretty simple. Surgeon hunted 10 big game animals by shooting them in the spine. Also typical, nothing real special about that. But that does show that there is probably going to be a hunter's sense style mode that like you had in hunting expeditions or a similar mode to that where you can sort of slow down time and zoom in on the special or on the certain body parts that you're supposed to hit. So that sounds pretty good. Patience. Hunted 15 trophies from any shooting rest or stand. That sounds pretty self-explanatory, just shooting them from the little shooting rests and stands. Bloodhound and Vampire are collected 250 animal tracks and collected 250 blood spots, 2 separate trophies. Remember, all these are silver, so yeah. Those two sound pretty simple, honestly, but that also means that there are a lot more tracks in this game than the majority of Cabela's games because that's 500 total. That is way more than like Outdoor Adventures and stuff. Outdoor Adventures had like none. And really, like Big Game Hunter and Dangerous Hunts and all them didn't have like a ton of them. Hunting Expeditions had a lot though. So that's pretty interesting. Gears of Hunt bought all accessories for 223 varmint rifles. Well, that sounds pretty simple, just buying different attachments per rifle. 3 pelts. Hunted 3 bears in open hunts in 1 hunt. That's probably only going to be available like once or so, and I really hope that they have like a mission select style feature for this game for trophies like that, because I don't want to have to replay the entire game just to hunt 3 bears in a single hunt. Family stays together. Hunted 2 elks from the same herd. That sounds pretty self-explanatory. Just you'd have to be fast and kill 2 elk from the same herd probably pretty quickly, unless you can go chase down the herd and hunt another one from it. But it doesn't sound too bad. 1-on-1. This one looks like it's probably going to be a little more challenging. Hunted a black bear with the recurve bow while it's attacking you. So that does not sound like the easiest thing in the world. So you're going to have to shoot it while it's charging at you probably. But generally those trophies still aren't too bad. So I don't know. I guess we'll see. Eagle Eye. Hunted big game from more than 200 yards with any 2x scope. Now, hunting expeditions, you had to hunt, I believe it was 5 animals from 300 yards away or further, but you could use the 20x scope for that. This is saying 200 yards, 2 football fields with any 2x scope. So that's probably not going to be the easiest thing in the world. But I'm sure that there will be like one specific hunt where you can do it, because it has to be available to you. Sniper, hit big game from more than 250 yards. That sounds pretty simple because, well, like I just said, there was the 200-yard ones, but this is 250 yards, but I'm assuming that means you can use any scope. So that's not really that big a deal. Double feather, shot 2 birds with 1 shotgun shot. If this was like Shadows of Katmai, the survival one, then that would be like a joke. But that's probably not going to be too difficult. Shashlik, I don't know if I said that right or not. Hunted small game with any bow from more than 70 yards. So that means the bow's going to have some kind of sight on it for long range, but that doesn't sound too bad. I mean, really, that's just, hunting a single big small game animal for more than 70 yards away, and small game's probably going to die in one hit from a bow, so that makes that a little bit easier. Heartbreaker, shot a grizzly bear in the heart. Well, that sounds pretty self-explanatory. I don't think I need to say much more about that. And finally, Alpha Bear, hunted 10 bears with the semi-auto 30-06 rifle. So .30-06 rifle. That seems pretty self-explanatory as well, but that makes me assume that there's going to be some kind of mission select if you have to get that many kills on bears and all these other various bear killing trophies and stuff. So that would be a good thing if they do that again. So overall, this trophy list looks pretty simple. It looks sort of like your standard Cabela's game, but it doesn't look like there are really any true collectible trophies, which is always nice, and no gold medal related trophies, which I don't think there are unless I misread something. So that is very good. So no grinding for frickin' gold medals like in hunting expeditions. So overall, it looks like a pretty easy platinum trophy. I would probably rank it at a 3 out of 10 upon first looks at it. And I guess we will find out when the game releases on March 25th, 2014. That's when it's supposed to release. So, hope you guys enjoyed this trophy list analysis video. And I will see you guys for another one probably sometime, maybe even in the near future. So, see you guys then.